Eine Aufgabe. Und aus Freiheit erwächst Verantwortung. Verantwortung füreinander und für Frieden in Europa.
Every year on the 6th of July, Lithuania celebrates Statehood Day, a date woven into the nation's memory since the coronation of Mindaugas in 1253. From that distant moment, Lithuania traces the beginning of its statehood, its first conscious step toward the ideals of Western democracy. On the square before the presidential palace, a ceremonial raising of the national flag awaits. In the cathedral basilica, a solemn service gathers the faithful, while later in the evening, an official reception honors the holiday. Across the country, alongside official rites, countless cultural and educational events unfold, each reminding people of the origins of the Lithuanian state and the long road of its history. We make our way toward the presidential palace. On the route, soldiers pass by, calm, focused, preparing for the day's ceremony. There is still more than an hour before the beginning. The troops march toward the palace to rehearse their roles. Artillerymen wait beside an empty stretch of pavement for the arrival of their cannon. Soon it appears, an 18th century piece, authentically preserved, brought by the Kaunas Military Historical Club from the Vytautas the Great War Museum. With measured effort, they lower it from the platform and position it, as if awakening an artifact from the past. During the ceremony, this cannon will speak 3 times, 3 blank shots resounding across the square. The first salute will honor Mindaugas. The second will honor the Lithuanian state and its people. The third will honor the European Union and NATO. Spectators begin to gather, filling the square with quiet anticipation. Nearby, soldiers of the Honor Guard Company stretch and rehearse. Their uniforms echo the interwar Lithuanian Army, 1919 to 1940, preserving a visual thread of continuity. In their hands, the ceremonial AK-4 rifles, Swedish in origin, polished for parades and salutes, glint in the morning light. Inside the palace, an award ceremony is underway. When it concludes, the central moment of the morning will begin, the raising of the Lithuanian state flag and the historical flag. And while all of this prepares to unfold, I find myself reflecting on the distant centuries and the deep historical currents that led to this quiet, solemn morning. 13th century. The land of Lithuania is wild and free. Forests stretch from the Neman to the Daugava. Light mists rise above the marshes, and carved proud boats glide along the rivers. This is the land of tribes, the Samogitians, the Oxtatians, the Yatvingians. Each clan lives by its own laws, guards its ancient gods, and bows to no one. But on the horizon, the shadows of new powers are already appearing, the Crusader Knights coming from the west. Their white cloaks with black crosses shine in the sun, and with every year, they draw closer. In these turbulent times, a man arises among the chieftains, whose name will mark the beginning of a new era, Mindaugas. He is clever, cautious, and knows how to listen. He does not raise a sword when a word can win a battle. The tribes often feud with each other, but Mindaugas understands. Unless they unite, Lithuania will fall under the pressure of the orders. He begins with the small and the possible, gathers neighboring lands, strengthens kinship ties, offers protection. And for the first time in history, a single force appears on Lithuanian soil. But his path is far from easy. Around him are rivals and warriors unwilling to obey anyone. To the west stands the Livonian order, demanding submission and baptism. Mindaugas does what seems impossible. He accepts baptism, forges an alliance with the order, and gains support from the Pope himself. Many call it a betrayal of the old gods, but Mindaugas sees further. He knows that only Europe's recognition can give Lithuania a chance to survive. Thus begins a great diplomatic game. Summer of 1253. The sun hangs high above the forests. The air smells of resin and bread. Envoys, knights, and priests gather in the town of Navarudak, according to other versions, in Vilnius or Kernavė. A crowd fills the square. Bells ring out, and at that moment, the crown is raised above Mindaugas' head. the first king of Lithuania. The tribes become a people, the land becomes a kingdom, and the name Lithuania is heard for the first time in the letters of Rome and Europe. King Mindaugas strengthens his rule, founds new towns, builds wooden fortresses, introduces coinage. Yet the old world still seethes around him, pagan, free, untamed. His allies become enemies, and his decisions spark endless debates. And yet, he leaves a mark. He is the first to show that Lithuanian land can be united. The first to place a crown on his head not for power, but for the future. Years later, after his death, the country falls into turmoil once again. But the memory of Mindaugas does not fade. It passes through the centuries, through dukes, wars, kingdoms, and empires. And when Lithuania regains its independence, it remembers the name of its first king, July 6th, the day when the sound of bells and the national anthem fills Vilnius. People sing not just a song, they sing memory of the man who gave birth to their state, of a time when everything was only beginning, of a crown forged not from gold, but from unity and a dream. Under the sound of drums, escorted by the honor guard company, the flags move solemnly toward the presidential palace, as if floating above the ground. The shadows of tall chestnut trees fall across the faces of the soldiers and the gathered spectators. The even formation, the stern expressions of the soldiers, and the measured ceremonial step create the solemnity of this moment. After some time, the formation enters the square in front of the presidential palace. At the head march the flag bearers, followed by the drummer, and finally the ranks of soldiers. Behind them, a stream of banners flows onto the square like a ribbon of red, yellow, and green. In the foreground, the conductor of the military orchestra finishes a brief conversation, turns, and walks toward his musicians. Behind the orchestra appear the soldiers carrying the flags that will be raised in honor of the holiday. Having secured them to the flagpoles, they stand motionless, awaiting the next command.
Ai, ten matau ir šalia aš matau aukštą. Gal bardai kokie tarsi reikia pasižiūrėti. Kažką tai, kas tas pasikeitė?
Meanwhile, spectators continue to gather and honorary guests arrive. The announcer declares that the ceremony includes the 45th Armored Brigade of Germany, Lithuania, a unit of the German Armed Forces, Bundeswehr, formed in Lithuania on April 1st, 2025. It became the first German formation of this size to be permanently stationed abroad since the Second World War, equipped with tanks and infantry fighting vehicles as part of strengthening NATO and Lithuanian defense. Also participating is the Lithuanian Riflemen's Union, the 10th Riflemen's Unit named after King Mindaugas, carrying its flags.
Lietuvos himną giedos.
Lietuvos Respublikos prezidentą ginklo.
The President of the Republic of Lithuania greets the honor guard and congratulates it on the national holiday. Commands are heard, and the flags begin to rise along the flagpoles to the anthem of the Republic of Lithuania.
Sveiki, kariai! Sveiki! Sveikinu su švente!
Kopa, ginklas žemyn! Lietuvos Respublikos valstybinė ir istorinė vėliavas ginklu. Vėliavas jau!
Kalbės Jo Ekscelencija Lietuvos Respublikos prezidentas Gitanas Nausėda.
After the flag-raising ceremony, President Gitanas Nausėda delivers a speech. A response is given by the President of the Federal Republic of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier. Then comes the moment for the soldiers of the honor guard to demonstrate their skill and training. A song about Lithuania is performed.
Tėvynę dainų ir artojų, už ką tu mus šitaip baudi, į kokį džiaugsmingą rytojų per skausmą ir kraują vedi. Iš kur šitas pyktis ir kerštas, tas mes vardan Lietuvos, kieno tas sausarimas karštas, virš vaikiškos mano galvos. Tėvyne, tu mano tėvyne, su kuo į priešą tu eini. Kodėl tu draskai man krūtinę ir ko tu taip priešai mani?
The artillerymen fire 3 ceremonial salutes. The first salute is dedicated to Mindaugas, the second to the Lithuanian state and its people, the third to the European Union and NATO.
Ça brûle plus facilement. Après, quand on a dit fire, on met du feu, on va plus. C'est pour ça qu'on dit fire quand on tire.
Je vais pas faire.
Ginklų ant peties. Dėk. Kuo pažengti. Mark. Kuo padėti.
With this, the ceremonial event at the presidential palace comes to an end. The honor guard leaves Simonas Daukantas Square. Children of the spectators run to collect the empty shell casings scattered across the square after the salute. The audience disperses, impressed by what they have witnessed. And those who take part in this event, as they depart, seem to carry within them something lasting, a quiet sense of memory, dignity, and belonging.
Pirmo valandą daug iškos giesmės giedojimas.